Well, grafting day is here. So we're going to take some eggs out of this frame and then we're going to put them in these cell cups and these mini frames. I was right about this hive. They filled most of that box with honey. They have like 4.5 frames of brood in there. And then after that, after I get done with all this, I'm going to extract some honey. And I'm going to do brood assays to assess how many, if any, mites that this hive has, as this is my breeder queen for the year. So this hive, you can see, has a really good population. The whole bottom box is full of brood, and I want both boxes full of brood. So, but we're gonna get started. So I just wanted to show, when I pulled them boxes apart, that's how much burr comb and honey they had between the first and second box. And admittedly, I haven't even messed with these 3 Buckfast hives as far as the deeps go. So I kind of figured they was gonna have a lot of buildup there, but I figured they'd have drone brood in there. No, they filled everything full of honey. They just filled the whole second box full of honey, and maybe I should have put a super on sooner, but I didn't think they were quite big enough, and they just filled the whole second box with honey. I mean, it had brood in it at one point, and now it's just slap full of honey. So I'm gonna start pulling those frames out and putting some new foundations in, and they can draw a new foundation for me. So I'm just gonna start pulling these out. I know the first frame had drone brood on it, so I'm gonna leave it for now. But I wanna leave that outside frame honey anyways. So I'm just gonna go straight to this one because I know it's all honey. I gotta flip this over. Put this box right. Should have brought my brush with me, I guess. I may walk back up there and get it real quick anyways. Yeah, I think I definitely should have put honey supers on a little bit sooner. There's 2 or 3 little drone brood left in there, but I'm still gonna pull it out. That one's got a good patch of brood on it, so I'm gonna leave it, but I'm gonna move it all the way to the outside over here. This one still has a little brood on it. I'm gonna leave it right in the middle, I think. Yeah, this one's still got some empty space. They haven't filled it, but the brood probably just emerged, so they haven't filled it with honey yet. So we're actually going to leave that one like right there. Yeah. This one's got some broods. I guess we're going to leave it. We'll put a new one next to it. This one's got a bunch of drone brood, so I guess I'm going to leave it too. One thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to clean some of this up. So that'll give them something to do for a little while. Instead of filling these up with honey, they can draw new foundations, and hopefully she'll come up here and lay eggs in them. Checkerboard a couple of them frames real quick. Oh, knocked it over. Anyways, I mean, that's about it for that one. I'm actually gonna check in this box real quick and check in that box and see how much extra honey they have, because I still got I only took 4 frames out of this. So we're gonna do that real quick, and then I got other stuff to do today. So yeah, I'm just gonna do the same thing with this one, because I have a feeling they got a whole bunch of honey in the middle, and I want to try to get some of that honey out and put new foundations in. And I say that because they're not really working the super, which leads me to believe that they're filling that whole middle box with honey. I may steal a frame. I think I'm going to steal a frame out of there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to. Probably just going to go ahead and do that first. Just steal one of their frames that they've already started. I guess I missed this one the other day when I did it, but not that one. Maybe this one. Yeah. So then we'll just take this one. As you can see, they've already started working it. And we'll just pop it right here, kind of in the middle. That way it'll pull these guys up to the top. Then we'll put that blank back in here. But that way it'll lure these guys up in the top. But I have a feeling their whole middle box is full of honey. And I can't really lift that whole box right now. It's a little too much after having that surgery, so I gotta try to get some of this honey out of here. So whatever doesn't have brood in it, I'm gonna take out right now and replace with foundations. Luckily, I got a bunch of wax sheets ready to go. That one's not capped, so I'm gonna probably try to leave it. It all depends on what they got up here. I mean, I'm gonna take as much honey as I can out. And see, like this, they're backfilling all this. It's got a little bit of brood in it, but they're backfilling it with honey because they're not moving up to that super. So hopefully, me putting that frame that's already being drawn up in the super, hopefully that'll entice them to go up in the super and start working instead of continuing to draw or backfill this stuff. I don't really want them backfilling all that. Yeah, see this whole brood area. See, this has a brood area, but all this is empty and they're backfilling it with honey. This has like 4 or 5 larvae in it, and so it's not too full. Hopefully they'll backfill it. And see, then we got a sheet of brood right here, so that's not a bad sign. Pretty good patch of brood on that side, and pretty good patch of brood on that side. So we may not be stealing a whole bunch from this one. Maybe just adding that frame that's already being drawn in the super, we can get them to stop backfilling and start drawing that super. Looks like we got another brood frame. But then you see like this whole brood area is empty and they've backfilled all this. There's no eggs in there. And then all that brood emerged. And there's a couple larvae in there. So hopefully she'll get up here and start laying, and adding that frame to the super will get them up there and start drawing the super. They're not packed out like the other one was. So hopefully she'll come up here and lay, because they haven't backfilled yet. So that's good. That's a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. But still got the one next to this one I got to check. Yeah, see, they're backfilling all this. They've backfilled all this, and it's just a very small area that's empty right there. So I'll probably be, yeah, see, this whole side's backfilled. They've done backfilled this whole brood area. I'll probably be pulling these out next week, maybe, I guess, because they're not capped. I'm not going to pull them out, but still not very happy about it. This one's, they haven't backfilled this one, so I'm going to move it over. Actually, I'm going to move it over one more. Just try to put all the ones that are empty in the brood area in the middle, and hopefully she'll come up and lay in there instead of them backfilling it. So hopefully, like I said, I can get them to go up in that super. I thought I got all of them the other day. I guess I missed this one. Yeah, I mean, this one's empty. I'm actually going to cut all this off. I guess while I'm here, I can assay some brood real quick. I always like to assay some brood while I'm doing stuff like this, really just looking for mites and seeing what things look like. It's most definitely, if you got a bunch of mites, you're gonna find them on drone brood. Again, this one's kind of empty in the middle, so I'm gonna put it back over there. I'm gonna cut most of this drone brood off. But when you do this, you want to pull the drone out and look at the drone itself before you bother looking in the cell, because if there's mites on the drone, they could jump off if you don't look at it. and then just looking to sell, and you'll either see them or you won't. Like, it's pretty simple. And I haven't seen the first one, so I'm really happy about that. I just use these little skinny tweezers and just reach in there and grab them. I haven't seen any, so very happy with that. These are those Buckfast cleans. I seen real good promise last year from them. So this year I haven't treated it all this year, so I'm giving them a chance to show me what they got. And we'll see which ones get mites and which ones don't. But I haven't seen any, so I'm definitely happy with that. Alright, I'm gonna cut these off. These bees are starting to rob my little honey box over here, so I gotta deal with that. Ow. Ow. Somebody stung me. So this is the third one. 1, 2, 3. I didn't pull any out of there. I just moved a couple frames around. They were just starting to backfill that blue box. So, and I moved a frame up in the super that had already been drawn on that one. They only have one frame in this box that is capped like this almost completely, and no brood. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this one, and then I just put them a new foundation in there, and then that's all I really got time for today. It's all I really wanted to do today. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to go. I'm probably gonna pull that super off that pink hive and a super off that blue hive down there as well. So I'll be pulling 20 medium frames off of those. Or I may do it this afternoon. That way I can just do a little, because I only have, I think I have five deep frames, and then that'll be 20 medium frames I can extract tonight. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll just pull those when I get back, because they're all capped. Those two bottom supers over there are capped. And then that's going to wrap it up. I did mess up. I didn't bring a cover for that deep, and I got them a little excited over here. Got them started robbing a little bit, but we got it under control. Let them clean up the mess, and I got other stuff to do. So I'm gonna get these frames carried up to the house, and then that's gonna be it really for the day. One thing I didn't show was while I was in there, I did steal some. Actually, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that real quick. So I got to get a little bit more. I need a little more nurse bees for my cell builder over there. I got 12 larvae grafted into it. Originally, I was going to do 8, but I decided I'd go ahead and add this. So originally, I was going to do 8. And then the other day when I was working one of the hives, I had a couple frames that were either capped or, well, they were capped, but then they were wax sheets and they still had a little pollen in them. So I cut out the pollen squares, and then I put the pollen squares into some of those mini frames, and I put them in my cell builder. So now the cell builder has pollen in it, which will definitely help out. So on both sides of the cells that I grafted, they have drawn comb that has pollen in it. But I needed some more bees, so I'm gonna take a couple out of this hive real quick, and I'm gonna do that. So I know this middle frame is drawn and has probably has plenty of nurse bees on it. So this has mostly open eggs and larvae on it. So I'm gonna take this one, and then I'm gonna take the one next to it. Ooh, it got me on that one. Got my little finger. Alright, we're gonna put the box back on. I like to give them a little shake, because then any that want to fly out can fly out. And then I just wet them with a little sugar water. That way they can calm down. Then I'm gonna take those over here to my little cell builder, and I'm gonna take the lid off. And I'm gonna pull these middle 3 frames out, and I'm just gonna dump them in there. And that'll hopefully, see, this is one of the frames I did, and that's one of the other frames that I did, where I just cut out some of the wax sheet that had pollen on it. And hopefully that'll give them enough bees where they can get those cells drawn out, and that'll be 12 queens. That hopefully I can get 12 queens out of this that I can make nooks out of, and those will be 100% buckfast queens. So really looking forward to that. So I'm just extracting this honey, and I'll tell you this: if you do wind up using wax foundations like I do, you're gonna want to put like some of this screen. It's not 1/8 inch; it's smaller than that. But it's like regular house screen, but it's the stainless screen, so that it won't rust or nothing in there. But you're going to want to put that screen in there, because otherwise those wax foundations will push through the grate on that cage, and it'll just destroy the foundation. If you put that screen on there, then you'll be able to reuse these frames down the road.